what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended, the podcast. I'm Kim. This is Tyler, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic week so far.
So it is supposed to be it is supposed to be hump day, and boy is
wow.
well, with one article, yeah, it was unasked for, but know, um okay. So I guess so. Patty Hajdu is the Liberal Party's health minister, and we got some articles. I don't know if anyone remembers, maybe in about 2020 or so, with her saying, "Oh, no one's being forced into these concentrate." Sorry.
Uh-oh. Whoopsie.
Sorry. I misspoke. These quarantine hotels. No one's being forced into there. Whoever's saying that, it's just a blatant lie. Okay. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Omnicorp. And last but not least, have you seen the shit show that is Santa Inc. from the race haters, race baiters, social justice retards? No, actually no. That's actually throwing in people that have a mental handicap in with these two idiots, and a lot of the culture that is supposed to be feel good stories around Christmas, and especially those times of togetherness, and taking the things that you love, cherishing time with family, friends, the happy memories, creating memories. And they just throw it in your face with white man bad, Santa's a man, therefore Santa's racist. Oh, why wasn't it a woman? Yeah, so and they're getting review bombed. I know we were supposed to talk about this yesterday. But we went over our time, so we shoved it over to today, and the shit show that is Santa Inc. by Seth Retard Rogen and Sarah Blackface Silverman. Ooh,
I never realized those were their names.
Juicy. That's their nicknames.
Okay. Can't wait for those ones.
Okay, how about Seth? I used to be funny. Rogan. And Sarah, only I can do blackface Silverman.
Oh,
how's
okay.
that?
Okay. That works.
All right. So we ended up touching on this from last episode. So the Omnicorp variant. And
hold on. Before you get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, catch us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and everywhere you want to listen to podcasts will be in the description box below.
Yeah. So please, actually, on our crappy little Facebook group, I'm trying not to swear. I'm really trying. Just some people piss me off, and then I start swearing, and I can't help myself.
Or when you drink. If anybody
or when I
remembers last
drink,
Friday.
Yeah, that was.
There was a swear Tourette's at the best of times.
So one thing with, obviously when people are drinking, a lot of their inhibitions and a lot of their true kind of feelings come out. And
yeah, booze is great.
But so it, if you really want to get a feel for someone, they're deep down kind of what's in their, in their cockles.
Oh my God, I was totally just thinking that.
Area. Yeah. Maybe in the kidneys. Maybe in the liver.
Who knows? Yeah. I'm an asshole.
So the Omnicorp variant has made its way to our wonderful stores, and already the fears that are being pushed. Where do we? It's incredible to see. So the first article that we have from Reuters. So Canada reports 15 cases of the Omnicorp variant. Says severe COVID trends could rise. So, and this is why I always say, always look at what's being said or how it's being said, because nowadays I was actually just listening to an interview with Matt Taibbi, and he's like an old school kind of investigative journalist, and he just kind of I'm looking up a story and I'm just giving the information. You think what you will about it. But now it's a lot of media is get it out as fast as possible and toe a line.
We talked about this article yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but I said I wanted to talk about this a little bit more.
Okay.
But and it's always just kind of you know uh the push that and all these ideas are all the same.
Well, see, I
There
don't know
there's
how sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't know how anybody in this
please
particular
continue.
situation could not realize the big fear mongering that people are doing. Like the media, the government, whatever. Like Omicron has been proven to be less deadly, less not side effects, symptoms. Like it's been out of all of them, the best. It's starting to wean down. It's starting to get less severe, which people should be celebrating. But instead, it's put everywhere to what? It sounds super scary. The way that they word things, it makes things sound super scary. It's just keeping that fear going. And if anybody actually did research on this variant and realized that, like, how does that not click a light bulb in your head? Like, somebody's doing something here. They're trying to make us scared. Why? Is my question. Why?
Well, it's so there for anyone that doesn't know, Jimmy Dore, I think he does like he's a comedian, but everyone always goes like, well, why why do you always get this stuff? Jimmy, like why do you always so on top of this stuff? Because I look. That's all I do. And he's a guy, like I said, some of his policies, like universal health care, I don't agree with. I don't. And there are some things like that he is strongly in support of, and I don't. I'm not interested in that. And so he had a segment today, or was it today? I don't know. Whenever the hell it was. Um, it was about the FDA, and the FDA used to be funded by the taxpayer. Used to be. Now, who do you think funds it?
Um, Pharmaceutical companies?
Exactly.
Ooh,
Nearly
that was a shot in the dark.
nearly 45% of their funding comes from giant pharmaceutical companies. So,
Hmm.
and he had a really good segment, because everyone keeps ragging on, Dana White how he just had COVID and he wanted to thank Dr. Rogan for helping him. And everyone just keeps going back to, oh, it's a horse dewormer, horse dewormer. Oh, it's more horse dewormer.
Yeah.
You know,
Ignorance. Got it.
well, ignorant and just blatant, like, so for anyone that doesn't know, ivermectin is a Nobel Prize winning pharmaceutical drug. Nobel Prize winning. It is considered from the World Health Organization one of their essential medications. It has shown to have reduce viral replication in vitro even as a as a what's the right word for it? As a fuck is that word? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my brain. Well, it's like a preventative. The hell is that called? The hell do they call it? Well, anyway, so used as a preventative. There's now studies that are being done with ivermectin for cancer treatment. So you remember that Dean? The hell was that idiot's name? Dean.
I don't know. I just block their names out of my head. Lundell.
That that's it.
Is it really?
Yes.
I
Uh,
never remember
yeah,
names. It's like a Christmas Day
yeah,
miracle, people.
yeah. Prophylaxis as a prophylaxis, apparently it showed that it would reduce severity of symptoms. Everyone is focusing on the ivermectin. Everyone. Oh, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you went
Can
kinda
you hear me now?
you went robot-y there.
Yeah.
Are you, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
doing
I
something
was
that's
pulling
like
up a bunch of stuff.
ah,
Or yeah, no, we're good now. So, um, yeah, that Dean Blundell guy, saying, "Oh, it's a antiviral medication, it has nothing to do with this." Okay, well, that's the difference between being informed and just being ignorant and just being happy in your ignorance. Because no one talks about the 5 or 10 other medications that, Joe Rogan was on, or that uh, like this is the crazy thing. This is what I find is absolutely incredible. If a if you had if you had some kind of disease and you knew someone that contracted it and they got better from it and they got better from it fast, would you not go, "Hey, well, what did you do?" "Oh, okay. I'll take that into consideration. I will talk to my doctor about that."
hold on,
Weird.
wait,
Every single
talk to your doctor? You mean the person who went to school for this kinda stuff, you wanna talk to them? Huh,
well,
what a
if you
strange
look like
concept.
in Canada, it's banned. Like, there are no
Talking to
medical
your doctor?
advertisings. No, like pharmaceutical advertising. It's only in the United States or New Zealand. Those are the only two countries that, they have advertisements. Talk to your doctor if whatever this dick enhancing pill is right for you. Talk to your doctor if blah. Now you're seeing, the Stephen Colbert show presented by Pfizer.
Nuh-uh.
So no one is going wants to talk about those other things. So okay, so if someone says, "Oh, well, this is what I did in order to get over this disease, this virus, this sickness or whatever." "Oh, okay. Everyone does that." "Well, what do you do to get over?" "Oh, it's just chicken noodle soup and a hot bath. That's what I do, and it helps alleviate it." "Oh, I
Right?
take what is that ginger fucking suppository or
I
whatever?"
was just gonna say my magic potion that I have, that's apple cider
Yeah,
vinegar, honey, ginger, and, like, 12 cloves of garlic. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So like, hey, you know what? That works for me. But then if you had a doctor come in, like, and that's the thing, everyone's just saying, "Oh, well, Dr. Joe is Dr. Joe."
No,
Okay, but
I'm not gonna lie, if I was, like, sick and someone was like, "Here, try my magic potion," and it was that stuff that I just finished mentioning, I'd be like, "Okay, well, what is it gonna hurt?" Like, is it
yeah,
really
yeah, well,
like, it's not anything super bad, it's not like I'm ingesting, like, bad medications or drugs or something like that, like, "Okay, well, let's try it out. Maybe it'll
yeah,
work."
what's the worst that happens? But it's crazy that everyone is focused on what he did. Like, who cares if he took a I don't know, he took a tomato and shoved it up his ass.
Yeah, it worked
Like,
for him,
hey,
so
what
great,
if it
he beat
worked?
it.
Yeah. But everyone is focusing on, "Oh, well, he did this. Oh, it's not an approved thing." Just so we're clear, ivermectin's it's horse paste. It's used for horses. Yeah, we have a lot of medication that are used for many different animals, not just humans. So it's so crazy to see, the like you're wearing your funding on your sleeve. I can see what you're doing, and I'm sure a lot of people can see what you're doing. There's a reason why, people aren't tuning in to CNN, to Fox, stream places because they all say the same thing. You're not strong and brave by like at this point, like they're punching up at Joe Rogan because their viewership now with Chris friggin' sexual misconduct Cuomo, CNN's ratings is getting worse, and they're trying to cover it up like, "Oh, well, it's a complicated issue." Yeah, because that's like the only news station out of all of like CNN that people actually watched. So
Didn't
yeah, it's
didn't
pretty hard
he
to fire this up. Hmm?
didn't he, who is the one that's being accused?
Both of them.
Well, I know one of them got fired for defending his brother.
Yeah, that's the scene. That's Chris Cuomo.
Okay, so he's the one that
He
lost
was
his job.
well, both of them did.
Did they both work for
The
CNN?
governor of New York lost it. No, one was a governor of New York. He lost his job
Oh,
because
shit.
he liked to play grab ass with a bunch of women. And oddly enough, he's not being taken down for killing a fuck ton of old people. No one talks about that, which he should be in prison for. But you know what? That's the nature of politics.
He
You
the
know, the
guy in New
same
York?
thing in. I just fucking said New York.
Oh, you did? Okay. Sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, but so yeah, so they're dying. They're going. It's like they're in their death throes. They're just no, don't leave, don't go anywhere. It's fuck. It's like a desperate boyfriend or girlfriend. No, don't leave. I'll kill myself. Why are you with that person? Uh, because you're petty. You don't actually build me up. You just make me angry. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and so you're seeing, with this. Well, Dana White came out and said, yeah, and like I said, thank you, Dr. Rogan, and people started in on it. Oh, the horse paste, horse paste, horse paste. If it worked, cool. Like that's what I'm gonna say. Like if whatever Joe Rogan did, whatever Dana White did, whatever Tim Pool did, whatever the 200 Congress people in the United States did, whatever everyone in Canada, that obviously if a prominent political figure gets it, yeah, you think they're just gonna sit at home and fucking walk it off? No, they're gonna go for whatever works. They'll probably take that tomato and stick it up their butt.
Right, if it
Because
works, why
hell,
not?
exactly. So it's just crazy to see. So with this Reuters article, it's just yeah. So currently, severe illness trends have leveled off, but yeah. So whatever. I don't know. That's just it's just crazy to see the type of wording and the kind of the fear mongering and that actually like people should be championing. Hey, look, this guy did something and it worked. Why are we not talking about that? Oh, because you have to go to the very very top of CNN, MSNBC, all these companies, Fox. Trust me, you're not off the fucking hook either. I know what you did. You know what you did. So they have to go to the top, the absolute top. Pfizer and Moderna. They have to go to it's a big problem when they have to go to the absolute tippy top. So, yeah.
Yep.
So they're just going to tear down. They're not going to try and actually report on news. They're going to give you their slant, their corporate talking points. And I honestly, I think people are seeing it. There are some people that are just brainless and just zombies. Yeah, you're always going to have some zombies on either side. And that's one thing with me is I've said it before. I try to get as much information on left and right and try to get an accurate picture of what's actually being portrayed. Like I said to you, if you only paint with red, well, you're only going to see red in your painting. You have to paint with blue. You have to be able to see that contrast. So, all right. Yeah, let's get in. I don't want to get into this, but let's get into it because our government is fucking disgusting. And it's an absolute disgrace what Canada has become in God back when this started. It was less than a year. It's incredible what people are willing to give up, the atrocities they are willing to allow because they're selfish. Incredible. Incredible. So this is from CBC, and this is so mark this date, October 20th, 2020. Okay? Remember that date. And it is titled Prime Minister, Health Officials Warn Canadians Against Believing COVID-19 Internment Camps Disinformation. So, where do we start? Canadians will not be forced into COVID-19 internment or Containment camps. A spokesperson for Health Minister Patty Hajdu said Tuesday, taking aim at a disinformation campaign that has been circulating on social media for weeks. The claim that the federal government is preparing to forcibly intern Canadians is patently false. The federal government has announced funding for voluntary quarantine sites. Remember that. October 20th, 2020, voluntary quarantine sites for some of the country's homeless and has made plans to expand self isolation capacity for returning international travelers without suitable places to go. But Canadians will not be compelled to leave their homes for so called COVID camps. Okay. So this
Okay.
is a direct quote from the spokesperson for Patty Hajdu. The answer is no. We're not building containment or internment camps. Disinformation like this is intended to deceive Canadians and cause fear and confusion. We encourage Canadians to double check sources before sharing to avoid spreading disinformation. Okay. Um so let's okay, so I didn't want to bring this up, but okay, so look at this wording. Look at this wording right here. Oh, where did it go? Independent Ontario MPP, so member of provincial parliament, Randy Hillier, a vocal anti-masker who has likened the current pandemic to a bad flu season, has been warning his Eastern Ontario constituents that the federal government is preparing to establish these camps. Huh. And look, if you scroll down a little bit, you see Randy Hillier, he ain't no spring chick. You would think if someone his age and if he's saying, "Hey, kind of, I'm not too concerned about it," he would be the demographic that if he got COVID, he would die. But should that not be his choice? But so, anyways, so remember that October 20th, 2020, Patty Hajdu's office said that no, we're not doing that. All right, let's go. CBC 77 fined issues. 7 people charged for breaking Canada's quarantine rules during COVID-19. When was this posted? October 25th, 2020. More
5
than a
days
million
later.
people.
Okay.
5 days later. Over the past 7 months, police have issued 77 fines and charged 7 people for violating Canada's Quarantine Act. Public Health, PHAC, Public Health Agency of Canada? Yes.
Yes.
Said that since the act took effect in late March, more than 1 million people who have entered Canada were required to quarantine for 14 days. The agency said it had flagged more than 247,000 of those travelers to police as potential quarantine violators. RCMP officers issued the majority of the fines, which ranged from 275 to 1,275.
Jesus.
Individuals can either pay these fines or contest it in court. Anyone charged, typically for a more serious offense, must appear in court. Under the Quarantine Act, both Canadians and foreigners entering Canada must quarantine for 14 days unless they get a special exemption. So watch this. Doug Ford, the big champion, the champion of the Conservative Party that everyone was so excited for. Like he was going to be like his brother, but he's nothing like his brother. He's just a fat fucking idiot that just wants cheesecake. That's all he wants. He just wants cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
So last month, Ontario Premier Doug Ford complained publicly that not enough people were being punished for breaching the act.
Is this the same article?
Yeah. Yeah. But then we can go down. Well, it's just the video from CBC just saying that. Who's facing charges? CBC News was able to obtain information from police on 5 individuals who were charged under the Quarantine Act. Most face penalties of up to 6 months in jail and or fines of $750,000. Each person is set to appear in court. One of the most recent cases involves a 50-year-old woman from Ottawa who works in a long-term care home. Police said she went back to work just 4 days after returning to Canada on a September 26th trip from abroad. Police didn't provide the woman's name, blah, blah, blah. The woman was charged on October 2nd for allegedly failing to comply with the 14-day quarantine requirement and causing risks of immediate death or serious bodily harm. Isn't that crazy? So that's one story. One story. Oh, but they're not being forced. They're not being Kim. They're not being forced.
Nay,
Just
nay.
just drink this Kool-Aid and shut your face. Okay.
Or pay the fine.
Yeah. Oh no, you'll be fined, and well, if it's serious enough, yeah, they'll throw you in prison. Yeah, for you know, returning to your country. All right, so let's look at. Oh, so I want to clear this up. So what is an internment camp? And James Lindsay, for anyone that doesn't know, he's kind of a bit of a free speech kind of person, freedom kind of person. Stuff most people seem they took for granted, and the thing that people seem to be most happy with throwing away. But so his kind of take on what is an internment camp, and it's basically you are taken from society against your will without due process. Okay,
That sounds creepy.
so from Freedom Wire, and obviously I'm sure they're kind of a right leaning kind of thing. Freedom Wire. Da, 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 da. All right. People in quarantine camps. So we often think of our neighbors to the north as friendly people, blah, blah, blah. Where the hell did it go? Here we go. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced the internment camps when he said, if your test results come back positive, you'll need to immediately quarantine in a designated government facility. Remember, it was voluntary. This is not optional. Oh, oh. Well, color me surprised. Trudeau is
Wow.
instituting this policy for those flying in and out of the country. According to the order, citizens must be tested before and after flying out of the country. If they want to get back in after testing positive, they must go to the government facility to quarantine.
I thought those facilities were only for the homeless or people who didn't have a place to go. This doesn't sound like it's for those people. This sounds like it's for everyone.
Hmm. You're catching on, my dear. So, from Michelle Rempel, so the Liberals instituted a federal hotel quarantine requirement for those entering Canada. We have heard reports that this is taking hours to get through to book these hotels. Dietary restrictions are not being met, and food and water are not always readily available. That's in addition to this program continuing after reports of sexual assault.
Oh
This
my.
is mind boggling. Oh, we got that. I got that. So you can continue, and as always, every article, if I can reference something, it will be in the description. Will always be in the description. If not, yell at Kim.
Ah, that's really
Okay.
nice. Sorry, I'm just no, no, no. I have to. An individual who wishes to remain anonymous tracted, contacted. Oh my God, the Justice Center about her stay at a hotel near the Toronto airport. She provided the Justice Center with photos of a dirty, unsanitary room, including empty alcohol bottles, hair on the toilet seat, hair on the bedspread, and a dirty, unclean coffee machine. She was required to pick up food in the lobby. There was no contactless delivery to her room. On 2 occasions, breakfast consisted of a semi-frozen sandwich that was not edible and no utensils to eat it. Wow.
Yeah. So this is it's a $2,000. It's an extra vacation on top of your vacation, Kim.
Oh, yeah, that
That's what we were
sounds
told.
you know what, no offense, for a homeless person, maybe, that would be getting out of the cold air and maybe having, like, a place to stay, but for I mean, a dirty freaking room? How is that even
And
okay.
and what's supposed to be a quarantine facility where you're supposed to try and limit uh you know the spread of stuff. Oh, let's just
Yes.
leave it because these unwashed swine, this filth, this refuse at the bottom of my boot, who gives a fuck?
See,
Sorry,
that's what
who
doesn't make
cares?
any sense. Okay, you have to go here because you need to quarantine, but we're not going to clean your room, so they're not going to be sanitary, and we're just going to continue with the gross spread. And if you don't get COVID, maybe you'll luck out and get hepatitis. Hey, win-win. Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of this last little. So, if COVID-19, and you know what, and I can share the same kind of sentiment. If COVID-19 was as deadly as, say, the Black Death or the Spanish flu back in the 1918s, which had a death rate of about between 5 and 20%, okay, absolutely, fuck yeah. The Canadian government wouldn't need to force people into internment rooms to quarantine because Canadians would likely quarantine themselves to keep from dying.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so from Planet Today, Canada's voluntary COVID quarantine camps quickly become involuntary. So from December 6th. Um, in order to help temporary foreign workers get cleansed from Chinese germs, the Justin Trudeau regime
Really?
will spend at least another 5 million to establish. So we're spending 5 million more our isolation and quarantine camps in BC.
And this is
So
a new
obviously
article
look at
too. Chinese germs.
oh this
Sorry.
yeah.
High
Yeah,
five
so
to you,
this is
Seth.
obviously this is obviously a right-leaning right-leaning publication as well.
Wow, the China
Um
virus.
yeah. Frankly, I don't say it. I've heard some people say it, and they call it the Wuhan virus because it came from Wuhan. So, known as Canada's Safe Voluntary Isolation Sites Program, Casavis Cas Casva Isol acronyms suck. The scheme is supposedly being expanded for the purpose of facilitating people who are unable to self isolate at home and require assistance from the Canadian government. Helping people to self isolate when they didn't have the means to do so where they live is an important way to protect Canadians from COVID-19. So, this is from Yves Ducos. I believe that's how you say it. This latest round of funding will go towards two different programs. One is an employer based reimbursement program for agriculturalist workers living and working across British Columbia. Um, According to reports, 4.15 million will be funneled from BC's Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Fisheries to agriculture employees who have farm workers residing on farm who required self isolation. Blah blah blah. Okay, so whatever. I don't need to read this whole thing. Oh, wow. Okay. I did not see this part. Trudeau has already spent 100 million on COVID concentration camps. Oh, sorry,
Whoa.
self isolation camps.
Nay,
All right, I
nay.
didn't.
No, you said you read it right, sir.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of those violations from December 5th from Global News. Celiac woman says she didn't eat for 40 hours while at Toronto quarantine hotel. Huh. An Edmonton woman with an extreme celiac disease says that she did not eat for more than 40 hours because she did not receive gluten free food at a quarantine hotel in Toronto. Janet Games said that before arriving in Toronto, she last ate around 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, December 4th, while on her flight from Ethiopia. Janet and her husband, Meku Game, arrived in Toronto at 7:30 in the morning on December 4th and were ordered to quarantine until they received a negative COVID-19 test. Because Meku had been in South Africa 13 days earlier, when the Omnicorp variant of the coronavirus has spread. Oh, even though it's in Canada, even though it's already here and it's already spreading and people are getting the sniffles.
Not the sniffles.
No.
Gasp.
As of November 30th, Canada requires those who have been to South Africa within 14 days. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Mika said they arrived at the Hilton Hotel for quarantine at 4:30 p.m. on December 4th, but did not receive dinner that night. The next morning, they also did not receive a meal. It wasn't until lunchtime on December 5th that she said they got their first meal. One portion of crispy chicken that was not gluten free, and they showed a
Oh my
picture of
God.
it. So it's like hash browns and that
That's
looks like
it?
sausages.
4 tiny little sausages and 2 little hash browns. That's what they got after 40
Pre-pack
hours?
Pre-packaged hash browns.
Holy
Pre-pack
shit.
you couldn't even fucking shred potatoes, you lazy fucks. This is at the Hilton? A Hilton. That's not some, seedy motel in the middle of nowhere. A Hilton hotel, and you get 2 fried fucking pieces of potato product, and
Actually,
that doesn't even if that's chicken, that
I
is the saddest fucking chicken that's the saddest bloody chicken I've ever seen.
I wonder if that's what the Hilton is in Winnipeg. There is a Hilton Suites that I pass every single day, and I've made comments to people that I don't understand how the outside of the Hilton has so many security.
Oh,
The parking
100%.
lot itself isn't that big. There is literally a security guard stationed at the door. There's one on either side of that security guard. There's another one at the back of the parking lot, which again isn't very far. There's literally like I've counted, I think 6 to 8 security guards in that tiny little parking space. And I'm like, every single day they're outside all day long. I'm like, why the fuck do they need so much security?
Oh,
If
that's exactly why.
wow.
Oh, that 100% that's why. Like, and I'm not saying I know for sure, but come on.
Well, that
Come
makes
on.
sense. I mean, they just mentioned a Hilton, so it makes sense. Holy shit.
Okay, so to continue with the article, so they said there's only one point of contact at the hotel, Red Cross Canada, and there is no one at reception. They tried calling Red Cross Canada at least 5 times throughout December 5th, and they said they were on hold for up to an hour before getting in touch with someone. So this doesn't this sound fantastic? So everyone that just wants to keep their fucking head in the sand and just, oh, well, they're unvaccinated. Well, these are people that are vaccinated. So when they finally were able to reach a representative, they took their food request. But at dinner time, they again received one portion of a meal that was not gluten free. What was that? That looks like what? Deep fried, like chicken
See, now that looks like the
or
chicken.
fish? That looks
Uh,
like fish. Some probably frozen veggies.
and
What is
maybe
that?
rice?
Rice?
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is you can't even have it potentially contaminated. So that fish or chicken, whatever the heck it is literally touching the rice and is touching the vegetables. So she wouldn't
Yeah.
even be able to eat anything from that plate anyway, unless she sits there in extreme pain.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it wasn't
That's
until
the fucking
9:40
holiday.
p.m. Well, then this is how our government, and this is why, like, sorry, Jimmy Dore, I love you. I think you do amazing work. This is why I do not trust government as far as I could fucking throw them. Frickin' fudging. This isn't. I can't trust them as far as I could fudge and throw them because of seeing stuff like this over and over and over again. It wasn't until 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that she received a banana and apple from the hotel. Oh, you generous, generous souls. And then a gluten-free bagel the next morning. A little before 9 a.m., her involuntary fast lasted around 41 hours total. She had
Really?
been
A
drinking sugar water
banana
to
and a
keep her.
fucking apple, and then she got a bagel. That's a meal?
No, that was the next morning.
No, no, no,
She
I
got a banana
know.
and an apple at night. And then, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. A banana and an apple were her meal, and then she was lucky and got a bagel the next day. Wow. How
Mm,
fucking generous. How forking generous.
yeah. Um, So Janet has been drinking sugar water to keep her energy up before, as she has uh, uh before. Oh, Jesus, okay, I'm going to try that again. Janet had been drinking sugar water to keep her energy up before, as she has to contend with a broken leg she injured in Africa.
Oh, jeez.
Good
Poor
job,
girl's got a
good
broken
job,
leg
Canada.
and starving to death. That's awesome.
Oh, and here's Public Safety Minister Margot. Go fuck yourself, idiot. Said Monday that the expectation is that those in quarantine hotels, you mean internment camps, call them what they are. Don't try and put this flowery bull crap here. get access to appropriate food and accommodations. Oh,
Mhm.
we have some accommodations for you. How about, please? I would encourage one of these low life politician losers to do this. He said the government would not spare any expense or resources when it comes to protecting Canadians.
Yeah, maybe not
Uh-huh.
spare any money when it comes to protecting them, but he's definitely not gonna do anything to make sure that they're comfortable.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's that. There's more to this article if you want to read it. It's unbelievable. The fact that this happened to one person, this is just one person coming forward. So let's go to the next one. Where the hell did I put it? Here we go. Did I send you this one from Montreal CTV News?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's in the show map. Oops, shit. So the woman sexually assaulted in a quarantine. So a man charged with sexual assault at Montreal quarantine hotel. So a man has been charged with sexual assault after an incident last week at a Montreal COVID-19 quarantine hotel. So this is back in February 24th, 2021. Okay. So this is when this I remember I talked about this. Well, I didn't talk about this on here because obviously we didn't start then, but okay. So the woman alleging the assault told CTV News that the man came into her room. So one thing people should know in these internment camps, call them what they are. I just call them what they are. You couldn't lock your doors.
What?
You had no way of locking your door.
That's not okay.
So that the man came into her room, refused to leave, partially undressed, and touched her against her will, only leaving when she threatened to scream. Uh, so one other thing, and they weren't telling people where they were being sent off to. Does that not sound like a certain, you know, oh,
Yeah.
Canada, you are really pushing it. You are really pushing your limited. You've well beyond stepped up above the line here. Canada and the people that accept this, everyone accepted this, and it is an absolute embarrassment. It is a disgrace. Everyone's gonna whine and cry about Aboriginal people being killed. How about the things that are continuing on today? Today, all in the name of public health, public safety. We need to protect you from you because you're too dumb. We knew what's good for you because you're too stupid.
Not only that, is then they sit
Mm.
there and publish articles or get anything else in the media, in the mainstream, to distract you from what's actually going on right underneath your nose.
Oh, it's out in the open. That's the thing. People don't, I don't know if people just don't care or they're just willful ignorance. Like, it's not like this is being hidden.
Well,
It's
no, but
out in
the
the
thing
open.
is it comes out, right? And then right after that, all of a sudden, someone got shot. There was a school shooting. A black man got killed. There's a new gender. Like something else will come out that distracts everybody, and everybody just turns a blind eye to this.
I don't know. But so, yeah.
Oh,
So the
I
woman
like
that lived
that.
in what?
Oh, they gave them a set of rules. They can't post on social media or disclose locations. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't tell you where they're taking you. Oh. Oh, you're so progressive, Canada. So progressive. I applaud the ignorance that so many people have. Everyone should be talking about this. This should be an absolute national tragedy that we allowed this to happen. Yeah. So they gave us a set of rules. They can't post on social media or can't disclose the location. They didn't tell you where they were taking you, which is unacceptable. Okay, so the alleged assault happened on February 17th before hotel quarantines. Patty, your bullshit's kind of
Yeah, if this was in February, sorry, that was literally like a few months later. Miss, we're not gonna do this shit. Mhm.
Yeah, what is that word? Before hotel quarantines became what is that
Mandatory?
word? Oh, shit.
Uh,
The woman who lives in Laval said she was staying with her boyfriend in the US when she heard that mandatory hotel quarantines were on the way. Everyone forget this? She took a COVID 19 test and flew home to Quebec on February 16th with a negative test results. But when she arrived at the airport, she was told she had taken the wrong kind of test and needed to go to a government run quarantine anyway.
my
She was
god.
put in a Sheraton a day later. She says a fellow traveler knocked on her door and then came inside without her permission. Huh. Maybe have the lock, maybe locking the doors. Prisons are more secure than this. And this is supposed to be a quote unquote voluntary Patty Hajdu.
Yeah,
Voluntary.
how would anyone sleep? I wouldn't be able to sleep with my door wide open. Well, I mean, it's not
Oh,
wide open, but you know what I mean? Like, it completely unlocked and there's, like,
oh,
tons of people
this
in
gets
there?
better. This gets better. This is what happens when you do not have accountability. When people are told these people are unwashed, they are unclean, they are scum. This is what happens. Trust me, it gets better. Better. If you want to look at it that way. It got better. So she was put in a Sheraton, blah blah blah. A traveler knocked on her door and then came inside without her permission. He ran into my room, made himself at home, sat all the way in the back on my couch. I said, "You need to get out of my room, and I don't want to have anything to do with you." And he said, "Aw, come on. I haven't," I'm sure he probably said, "I haven't been fucked in a real long time." Then she alleges he grabbed her by the waist. She recalls telling him it was his last chance, and she was going to scream for help. How heartbreaking. That's all she could do. She had no way of defending herself from uh, from a potential would-be rapist, even though there's security everywhere. So hold on, it gets better. She then turned around and saw he had partially undressed. He had his pants to his knees and hand on his genitals. She said she told him again that she was going to scream, and that's when he finally left the room. The response of the hotel security when she reported the incident was underwhelming. I called security. Took them 15 to 20 minutes to get to my room.
Are
And when
you
they did, they handed me a bottle of water I had asked for 4 hours ago and told me, just wait here, lock your door, and we'll be back. Ultimately,
seriously?
police ultimately police and an ambulance arrived and took her to the hospital to give a statement. And then she was allowed to go back home. Oh, yeah, just sweep it under the rug, right? The Quebec Crown Prosecutor's Office confirmed, that a man has been charged. Robert Shakery faces one count of sexual assault, one count of breaking and entering, and one count of criminal harassment. Don't worry, he's only gonna get a couple days because he was in a quarantine hotel. Because that's our justice system. A would-be rapist, I would say, I think the security should be charged. The woman says that apart from the other repercussions, she also feels let down. She said she blames the government for not keeping her safe. Trust me, I'm sorry, lady, it's not government's job. Especially when she says she was trying her best to follow the rules.
Hold on. Hold on. If the government is gonna step in and force something on you where you're going into a concentration camp, an intern camp, whatever the fuck you wanna call it, if they are forcing you to do that, then they should be keeping her safe. They fucked
Oh,
up.
they're gonna say, but we take these allegations very seriously, Kim. We
Bullshit.
feel the pain that Canadians are feeling right now, and we understand that sexual assault happens everywhere. I'm gonna pledge a fund to help, the people that are committing the atrocities that they get the help they need. So you can continue on with this article. You could see an absolute embarrassment, an absolute black eye for Canada. It's embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing.
This is disgusting. This makes
All
me,
right.
like, literally, it makes my blood boil.
Yeah. Well, please, and please, anyone. I I don't like. I can't even ask people except you know what? Share this. Share this if you never heard about these stories, or if you weren't aware of some of this stuff that's going on. The flip flopping. Oh, it's voluntary. No, it's mandatory. Oh, we're gonna take Canadian care as an utmost priority. Well, we're just not gonna feed you, and we're gonna leave you dirty hotel rooms in a quarantine supposed to be a safe place.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, and
real safe.
you're charged $2,000. Okay. Oh, fuck. All right, let's get the hell. Yeah. Let's go on
No.
to some other.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What?
I thought you were gonna say, "Let's
All
get the hell
right.
out of here." I'm like, "No." We
No,
cut
no, no,
the
no.
episode short yesterday, and we didn't get into the juicy.
No, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. Oh, the wonderful snowflake that he is. So from Enemy. So if anyone doesn't know, so Seth the hell did I call him? Seth. I used to be funny in Pineapple Express. Rogan, right? Is that what I called him?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So Seth Rogen claims white supremacists are review bombing Santa Inc. So Seth Rogen has addressed the critical response to Santa Inc., claiming tens of thousands of white supremacists are to blame for the HBO Max series' overwhelmingly negative reception. The show's first and presumably only season, yeah, was released in full on Thursday, December 2nd, and has thus far been majorly panned by audiences. On IMDb, 90.6% of 5,236 viewers rated Santa Inc. 1 star. It holds
Oh.
it has the record for the worst show ever.
Oh my
So,
god.
Mr. Self-loathing, self-hating Rogan, a 1.1. A 1.1. Oh, they're all where's the white supremacy? Like, that's what I don't.
Well, okay, I've
Okay,
never
so,
seen this
anyways.
show, so I'm curious to know why on earth it is that he would allege that it's white supremacists that are giving him the bad review.
Oh, if you go over to Twitter, so if you go, actually, I believe in this article they linked to the Twitter article. Yeah, yeah, you can. So on over on Rotten Tomatoes, 3% of the viewers that rated Santa Inc. gave it a favorable score. 3%. At the time when this article came out, it was sitting, obviously, like I said, it was sitting at I believe it was a 1.5 on Rotten Tomatoes. Yesterday, it was at a 3. Now it's at a 4. They locked the comments on it because people kept saying it's shit, it sucks, it's garbage.
Oh my god, they couldn't even handle the criticism. They had to lock the comments.
But look at not look. So you have average audience score for Rotten Tomatoes. Like I said, is sitting at 4%. Critics haven't even watched it. Oh, did I lose you?
No, but you keep bringing up stuff on
Yeah.
your end and you're cutting stuff out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm in the middle of nowhere, BC. So, just be happy I'm actually able to communicate at all. So over
See,
on
and
Rotten
this is
Tomatoes,
how our
just 3% of
podcasts
the
are done.
viewers. Yeah, yeah, over the interwebs. So that said, journalists haven't been entirely kind to Rogan's claymated comedy about a female elf played by Sarah Only I Can Do Blackface Silverman and her ambitious plans to become the next Santa. Variety, for example, described it as a televised lump of coal and said its overzealous resilience or reliance on adult humor left it feeling dour and heavy. Hitting out at the swath of negative scores, Rogan tweeted on Friday that Santa Inc. had really pissed off tens of thousands of white supremacists. So you can see on his tweet here, We really pissed off tens of thousands of white supremacists with our new show, Santa Inc., which is now available on HBO Max. Please read the responses to this tweet for confirmation. Oh boy. So you can just keep scrolling down. Oh my god, everything's a bong. What the fuck? Why is that? Oh man. Ah. You're seeing that, right?
No, did you click the like, on the Twitter comments?
On his tweet, yeah.
Okay, hold on. We really triggered Le Nazi's epic style by creating the lowest rated show of all time.
Yeah. Um. Oh wait, do I need to be signed in order to look at the comments? The hell? How do I work this gizmo? Jim, how do I work this thing? Anyways, so fucking embedded videos. So Santa Ick has also drawn controversy prior to its release, with its trailer being targeted by alleged far-right hate groups spreading anti-Semitic comments, and so they're now using the word elf in place of Jew. So
Hold on. We're going robot-y again.
really,
Yeah. This is funny. Well, not funny, but whatever. What does white supremacy have to do with your show? You're making Democrats look more like a joke than they already are, and this is coming from someone with democratic beliefs. You are no longer in your prime. You're less funny than a piece of wood.
well,
uh,
see, but this is this is the Ghostbusters thing. This is Captain Marvel. This is all these movies are just saying, if you don't like it, well, fan, you're the problem. You're the reason why this isn't good. Like,
yeah, I don't think there's that
you
many
know,
white supremacists in the world to be bringing your show down, and because that's all that they had to do. That was, they all had a meeting and they were like, you know what? Let's fucking bash Seth Rogen's new show because, you know, I don't know, he's Jewish or some shit. So let's fucking do this shit. Yes, that was exactly what they did. It was actually in a big Facebook blast. I remember seeing that. So,
yeah. So I'm looking at some of the Rotten Tomato reviews. I guess they put them back up because they were actually turned off. It's just trash. Seth Rogen just isn't funny or talented. Sarah Silverman can be funny, but not in this. The dialogue is so cringeworthy. I literally said "ugh" out loud more than once. Cursing? Wow, so edgy. Yawn. It sucks in every way possible. Do not waste your time. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor. If you don't listen, come on back here and you can vent too.
I need to
uh
see. I need to see this now. Like I really do. Even like the trailer. Like I got to see something.
Well, there is the trailer for it, and it's like the thing is, it's like Sausage Party. Like you thought it was kind of like, oh my god, a sausage said fuck. That's it, and it
uh
it loses its funny. It's not it's not looking at it in an interesting way. And like there are many Christmas movies that have kind of dark undertones, that kind of dry, kind of messed up humor, like you know, uh, like Bad Santa. I think that is a fantastic movie. It's fantastic because it's such a bad, like not bad as in like it's garbage, but you know, uh, Billy Bob Thornton and who's the black dwarf, whatever that midget's name is. They're they're two they're two terrible human beings. Like, they're absolutely terrible people. And you see through the movie, like, you kind of start rooting for for Billy Bob's character, that, hey, yeah, you're a piece of shit. And, like, they broke into places and they'd steal money, and they'd steal money from, like, the malls that they were working at, or, he was screwing people, like women. Yeah, not people, women. And, oddly enough, at the end of the story, you know, he turns around, like, you almost cheer for him. Like, he's like, in that movie, Billy Bob does a great job of making Santa look like a piece of shit. Like, he makes him look like an absolute terrible person. And
Yeah.
then and so Bad Santa is where, if you ever hear me say, I'll make some sandwiches. You want some sandwiches? That's where that's from. Because this fat kid's grandma, every time she woke up, she'd go, I'll make you a sandwich. You want sandwiches? That's what she would do. So, and then, Billy Bob's character, like, you could see, like, he ends up having that kind of internal struggle. Like, you can see that dialogue, like, it's a deeper character that, well, I could just rob for these people, and that's kind of what he was doing. Then he's like, hey, you know what, kid? Maybe I shouldn't go, but he's like, I'm going to help you. Like, he does that. You see, like, that kind of change of heart. This is just, Santa's white. Santa's own has always been white. Therefore, white people bad. And it's like, you're not pushing anything. If any, like, this would have been a great movie if they took that idea, like, hey, Santa's been white, and, Santa's been co-opted by all these companies, and, to have that kind of story. What? No, I don't want to watch it. I already seen it. I don't want to watch it. Are you playing it?
I was gonna play it, yeah.
Oh, okay, well then play it.
All right. So we'll take
Just
you on
tell me when you're done.
take you on a little ride to this shit show trailer.
When you're a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day, and that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day. So let's get these fucking kids some fucking presents!
Bravo! May I present the hardest working man in snowbiz? Good golly, he's jolly. Our own Santa Claus!
Hey, Merry Christmas. Whoa. You're on my naughty list.
Good news, sir. More American kids believe in you than they do in vaccines or the Holocaust.
That's great. I mean, disheartening for America, but great for us.
I'm here from the North Pole Times. Have you
done?
decided who will succeed you as Santa Claus?
Self-text, Santa's old and knocking on death's door. Fuck you. Good question. I'll give it some serious thought. Ha ha ho ho ho. Bye.
There have been many Santa Clauses throughout history. Some were loved, others loathed. But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Exactly. It's fucking crazy. Things have got to change.
My advice to you is, if I die, get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa. If this is your dream, you have to at least make your case, bitch.
You gotta get intimate with that jolly bitch.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes, bitch, because it's empowering to call you bitch.
Let's go over what we know. Santa and the board are all male and all white. They play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Just so you know, the women of the North Pole make fun of one of your dicks. Have fun wondering whose it is. What I need to learn is how to bro out with these guys. Shoot the shit, do shots, shoot shots of shit.
She has ideas, but can she really be the face of Christmas?
I'll be named successor or die trying.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas, and to all a kick-ass night!
I mean, really?
It's so, but that's the
Really?
thing. It's such low hanging fruit.
But it
Hey, can you stop?
I mean, okay. When I saw the preview or trailer, whatever you want to call it, for like say Sausage Party, it was funny. Like, don't eat me. It was funny. It made me kind of giggle. I'm like, I want to see that. That looks funny. This, it's like they're literally just trying to throw F bombs wherever. It's not like you're actually having a normal conversation. You're like, fuck yeah. Like getting excited. Like Santa's swearing because, well, why not? He's
Because
just
it's
gotta
edgy.
he's gotta say "fuck you" to people, and, then, okay, well, it's always been a white man. Well, we gotta change that. It's like, and then so, okay, now I get the whole, "Oh, well, it's a bunch of white supremacists." Really, dude? Really? You gotta go there? Really? Hmm. I don't know. It's like they tried making this show that was, I guess, supposed to be edgy. It looks like a big pile of reindeer shit. It looks bad. Like, it looks bad. Like, I wouldn't even want to waste my time on watching an episode. I kinda wish I got that 2 minutes and 54 seconds back from the fucking trailer. But,
Yes.
wow. And then he has the audacity to sit there and cry about it like a little girl. Like, "Ooh, it's a bunch of white supremacists. They're all hating on my show." No. No, it's not white supremacists. It's people who have tastes that realize your show is a big pile of reindeer poop. Try better
Well,
next
and that
time.
well, and that's the thing. Like I said, it could have been Santa's getting screwed over by corporations. They're cheapening the image. We need to bring Christmas back to what it was about, being selfless, being cherishing the time that we spend with our families. Like it could have been something like that.
No, no. You have to have this female elf that's trying to kick it with the dudes, and they're peeing out of windows, and people are flashing people. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
like
so tacky. It's so bad.
yeah.
Like, even Bad
So
Santa had more class than that.
well, and that's the thing. Like the message in it, it's this, a bad, like he's a bad guy. He is not a model citizen. He's a piece of shit. And he turns around.
Yeah.
He starts liking this kid. He kind of takes pity on him and he realizes that he's a piece of crap. And then he has a change. You see an evolution of the character from, God damn it, sorry, I was eating a sandwich. But so you see the evolution of the character from this just, crummy scumbag criminal, just gets drunk and is banging every woman that he can, or he's trying to, and he's just a piece of crap. And you see the evolution of the character. Okay, this is Santa's white. And it's kind of funny that people are kind of crapping on Santa. Like the whole Black Santa thing being pushed. We talked about before. It's in one of our episodes. That was on Friday when I was super drunk.
Yeah, sure was.
But it's like what well, it's a little different if Jesus Christ being a mythical creature, and well, yeah, okay, he was whitewashed, but
Call him a creature.
yeah.
Mythical character. Creature. Okay, anyway.
Actually, you want a piece of useless information?
Always. It's the only kind I store.
All right. What's the difference between a fable and a myth?
Um,
A fable involves creatures, myths involve people.
yeah, I knew that. Totally. I was just seeing if you knew. Yeah.
Yeah. You all can die happy now knowing that. But but Santa was based off of a real person. Like that's not disputed. And if you went to somewhere and you seen like a black Santa, like if you were a kid or something, no one ever said, "Oh, it's a black Santa." Or if you did, well, maybe you were a little racist.
Right?
But
Well, that Santa's a
but
little
no one,
flamboyant. He sure is. He got
yeah,
into Mrs. Claus's eggnog a little too early.
yeah. Or and they would just say, "Oh, that's not the real Santa, but he's helping. He helps Santa because Santa's so busy up in the North Pole. He can't possibly be everywhere
Yeah.
because he's too busy in the North Pole. So these are Santa's helpers." That's what everyone would say. But to cheapen the experience, to say, "Well, no, Santa's black," or "Oh, Santa's been a white man," and it's been a white man's game. Uh, Saint Nikolai was white. If he this isn't like flat earther kind of stuff where they're just hiding it to keep you fooled and keep us all trapped here. They don't have anything to gain. Like we don't have. It's not like if we found out, oh, Santa Claus was actually from Asia. Okay, then Santa's Asian. Cool. But he wasn't. He was Turkish. It was Saint Nikolai.
Well, he was actually of Greek descent.
So,
So,
he was Greek. He wasn't Turkish.
correct. He was born in Turkey and died in Turkey, but it says that he was of Greek descent from the maritime city of Myra.
Oh, okay. So
Myra,
there you go.
Turkey was, I guess, Greek.
Okay. So there you go.
So sorry,
Sorry.
guys. Yeah, it's based on an actual person who unfortunately lacked uh,
Melanin.
melanin in his skin. Super sorry about that. But are we really going to go and start changing history? Like, just go forward. Again, I'm going to say this. I said it in the last episode when we talked about Black Santa. Who cares? Yeah, honestly, if I see a Santa who's black or East Indian or Asian or gay, I don't care. Like, it's really not a big deal. Why does it have to be turned into a thing? Like, no one's going to question it. Anybody can be Santa. They really can. No one cares. Why are you making it a thing?
Yeah, it's
The
I
actual
don't know.
character, yeah, was based off of a real person. Sorry.
Yeah, and then Coca-Cola obviously corporatized it. So, maybe Seth, I'll give you this idea for free. You don't even have to credit me for it. Say like, "Hey, Santa's been co-opted, the Christmas has been co-opted by corporations, and it's time we take it back. Get it out of the corporate hands, bring it back to the family." And have him going on some adventure to show these corporate people that, it's not all about money, it's not all about greed, it's about the time you spend with the ones that you love the most. Scrooge McDucket.
Yeah.
Like, come on, something. It's empty. That's the thing. It's empty. There's nothing here. It's just you're bad because you're white. Oh, look at all the white supremacists. Like, okay, I guess he got a lot of traction for it, but you look at the ratios. You look at the ratios on the YouTube video. There's an extension. So, Kim, if you want to install this, last I seen, the downvotes was 167,000. There aren't even at the peak of the KKK. There wasn't 167,000 members. But now suddenly there is. No, it's people are looking for good stories. It's Christmas. This is
Just
why
like
I don't watch any new movies. There's no everything just there's so few movies that are good nowadays. It's all just, cheap setup, cheap payoff. The characters are perfect. There's your token black guy, token Asian guy. This guy's, the super serious. This guy's the religious one. This guy's the recluse, the drug addict, the sinner. This guy, it's so cookie cutter. Oh, well, we have to have gender diversity. We have to have diversity of characters, but no diversity in thought. Like this is old and played out. This is old. That's the thing, Seth Rogen, Sarah, only I can wear blackface Silverman. It's old. It's not fresh. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's just, I'm an elf and look at this cute video. Oh, I'm so cute. Fuck. Okay. I do that because I'm not a comedian. I'm an idiot.
Oh, snap. She was like hardcore blackface.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, that's
no.
Like, Jesus.
That's actual blackface. It was her doing a skit about people wearing blackface.
Wow.
So, you think, yeah.
Wow. That's oh, I don't want the video. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, so it's, so whatever. He's getting ratioed. Sarah Silverman's getting ratioed. And then they had a nice little 10-second commercial of them in front of a Christmas tree, which I find weird because Seth Rogen's Jewish and Sarah Silverman is an atheist. In front of a Christmas tree saying, well, you know what I would like to do is watch a Christmas show or watch Santa Inc. on HBO Max about with a feminist slant.
Well, see, this is the big problem there too. You have a crazy feminist atheist. Well, the atheist, it doesn't really matter, but you have a crazy feminist. Well, yeah, okay, the atheism kind of works with this, and and a Jewish guy trying to make a Santa Claus movie,
Question mark? Big
right?
question mark? Question
Show,
mark?
whatever it is, waste of time. I don't. Just,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, I'm sorry.
if I were to try and make a Bollywood movie, trust me, it'd fail.
So it's just it's low hanging fruit. It's not edgy. It's not funny. It's not, people want a good story. That's all people want. They don't need to be bashed over the head that, well, patriarchy bad, men bad, white bad, and that's all these movies are becoming. At least Ghostbusters 2 nodded. It was an homage to the franchise, an homage to the fans. That's what Ghostbusters 2 was.
You mean the newest
It
one?
was yeah. Is an homage where there was an actual passing of the torch, from the old characters to the new ones.
But see, it's that crude sense of humor that they like to throw in movies now that is literally just either women trying to be like way more crude than a man because, oh yeah, look at me, I'm awesome, or
Well, it's interesting that all the deer in that movie are all stereotypical black people. All of them.
What?
Oh yeah, all of the reindeer in there are stereotypical black people. Like someone's going, well, you're just a bitch, and Elf, whatever her name is, goes, why do you gotta call me bitch? And it's like, well, I gotta call you bitch. It's empowering to call you a bitch. Like, cool.
they bitch anymore.
Like
I
it's
mean,
it's not good. It's not funny. It's not.
no, I think they would have needed
It's just not.
Seth MacFarlane to do that movie, then
You
or
can't
show.
even.
Then it
No,
might have been
you
funny.
can't. You can't. Seth MacFarlane, he's gone woke too.
Fuck off.
One of the most successful comedy cartoon shows in our time, if not of all time. The only one that's been longer is The Simpsons, and The Simpsons has been old, dead, and dying for years. No one watches The Simpsons because it's just, oh, what's today's topic? Oh, Facebook bad? I make another I make head book. Isn't that funny? There's no setup. There's no setup to the laughs. There's no setup to to the setup and payoff. Someone made a real good point when I was reading some comments, and they said like in The Incredibles, the little boy, I don't remember his name. He was like whatever. He ran super fast, and the mom was saying to him, "Well, you can't use your special power because it's cheating." And sorry, I'm getting this little foggy. But so later on, so that's the setup. The boy wants to use his superpower, and the mom is saying, "No, you can't. You can't use your superpower." And so later on in the movie, um, the payoff was the boy ends up doing this race, and he doesn't use his superpower, and he loses. An additional payoff for it was when she was fighting someone, she ended up saying something to the effect of, if everyone is unique, because they wanted to make everyone superheroes. Well, if everyone is superheroes, nobody is super. So she had to kind of combat that feeling of, if you have your superpowers and you don't use them, well, you don't, you know, you don't really, you're not unique, you're not special. So you've seen that kind of flip. That was the setup and the payoff. And those happened way later in the story. But it's just it's immediate. It's hand wavy stuff. It's unfortunate that, these are the types of films, and they're just it's just stagnant. It's stagnant. But all right, that's I don't know. You got anything else or anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want that 2 minutes and 53 seconds of my life back from watching that trailer. So
Although,
I'm gonna sue.
so so if you were following me on Twitter, you would have seen my post that I made to Seth Rogen and Sarah, only I can wear blackface Silverman, was that Canada has almost completed its destruction of US culture. Our invasion will begin soon.
Nice. High five.
So if you're not following me on Twitter, you should.
Right? It's
So,
entertaining to say the least.
but if the world's gonna burn, you know what? I just want to laugh along. I just want to laugh.
Right?
But all right. Well, that's how I have to deal with it. I have to laugh my way into a shallow grave. All right, let's get out of here.
Thanks everybody for listening, and again, hope everyone has a randy hump day. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Check us out on our socials, Facebook and Twitter mostly. Instagram, TikTok, there's there too. And anywhere you want to listen to your podcast, they'll be listed in the description box below. If we're not on here, if we get kicked off of YouTube, we'll definitely be on Rumble.
Oh yeah, all our stuff's on everything's on Rumble. We try to focus a lot more on Rumble, and I noticed some people are kind of complaining about Rumble, them going public. You should buy your. This isn't financial advice, but if I were you, I'd be buying Rumble stock. They're joining up with Trump and his Truth social network with locals, Rumble, an actual legit competitor to to the YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter. They're trying to, people that are focused on, yeah. And this is a Canadian company. I'm breaking up. Fucking serious.
Yeah, you're going robot again.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Canadian company.
I'll try to support a Canadian company. Yeah, a Canadian company as much as I can. I'm sick of giving my money and my my work and everything else to a foreign country. So yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. We'll kick your
all right,
ass.
have a good night,
and say
everyone.
Sorry. Okay. Good night, everyone.